To the people of Palestine for the freedom fighter. First I saw the hooded men, the burning crosses. I was a boy back then. The white supremacists, they terrorized me. Lynched my father on a sycamore tree. So yes, I took the violence, I lived by the sword. Was my way until I found my Lord. I'm Malcolm X, Geronimo, Mandela, Nelson Mandela, and William Wallace, and James Connolly, and wherever there's injustice, there will always be me. The first day trespassed upon my land, my defense, yeah, I took a stance to place my people in the reservations. They suffered death and disease and starvation. And when every promise the blue coats broke, 300 graves I led her a vote. Malcolm X, Geronimo, Amanina, and Nelson Mandela, and William Wallace, and James Connolly, and the walking down the street today with my yes badge on. A stranger, he approached me to tell me I was wrong. He said I was a dreamer, but I let him have his say. I said, yes, my friend, I'm dreaming of Independence Day. Independence Day. Independence Day. Yes, my friend, I'm dreaming of an Independence Day. When that day I'm dreaming of, it will come along for sure. We will have a country where all can be assured. A nation of equality, fairness and respect. And the government we vote for is a government we get on an Independence Day. Say, Independence Day. Yes, my friend, I'm dreaming of an Independence Day. Well, I'm no anti-English, more than Irish or the Welsh. I'm just dreaming of a country that distributes its wealth. Down to that people, they have opportunity to break the chains and lift themselves from the traps of poverty on an Independence Day. Independence Day. Yes, my friend, I'm dreaming of an Independence Day. Well, I know I am fortunate, I know I'm not maligned compared to those citizens that are in the Palestine. Dreaming of a country that one day will be free to determine our own future and our people's destiny on Independence Day. Come on! Independence Day. Yes, my friend, I'm dreaming of an Independence Day. Independence Day. Independence Day. Yes, my friend, I'm dreaming of an Independence Day. Yeah, I was walking down the street today with my yes badge on, and a stranger, he approached me and he told me I was wrong. Said I was a dreamer, but I let him have his say. I said, yes, my friend, I'm dreaming of Independence Day. Thank you very much. Thank you. We're doing it, are we not? Are we doing it?
At those meetings, people ask, what about the pound? What about the European Union? What about the head of state? What are we going to invest in first? Brothers and sisters, we've got to say loud and clear here. Those questions are important, but they're also irrelevant. They're irrelevant unless we first of all vote for independence. The way I would ask you to think about it, brothers and sisters, is we've got a big book in front of us, and it's the book of Scotland's future. And the pages are blank. They're blank right now. The only way we can open that book and begin to write Scotland's future is by first of all voting for independence. Because if we don't vote for independence, then that book of Scotland's future won't be written by any of you. It'll be written by the southeast of England and the Westminster cretins. That's the reality. We have to say to ourselves, brothers and sisters, are we really going to stand by and be the first country in history that was offered its freedom but didn't take it? Are we really going to stand by and be a country that instead of having to pick up a stone or pick up a gun, only has to pick up a wee pencil to get our freedom, and we're going to reject it? Brothers and sisters, you know, we stand on the edge of a massive historical breakthrough here. This wee country of ours is proud enough, is wise enough, is smart enough, is courageous enough, and is certainly rich enough to stand on our own 2 feet and be an independent nation. We've been told for decades we're no good enough. Told for decades we're not big enough. Told for decades we're not smart enough. Told for decades we're not rich enough. I took part in a wee show recently, this week, and I was on with Michael Reinvented Portillo, the right-wing buffoon who used to be the Defence Secretary, a right-wing Thatcherite who now doesn't know what it means to put his horn in his pocket because the BBC pays for everything to send him across the whole of England, Wales and Scotland on railways paid for by you. And Michael Portillo said in response to my argument for independence, what Mr. Sheridan has to understand, you know, is once they go independent, they'll lose all the subsidies from England. Seriously, to think that guys who are supposed to be well educated can still utter such bloody nonsense. We have to make the point time and time and time again, brothers and sisters. Not 1 year, not 2 years, not 3 years, but the last 33 years in a row, this country has been a net contributor to the United Kingdom exchequer. We've put more in than we've got out. We ain't no subsidy junkie. We are actually contributors that have kept the United Kingdom standing. And if you think about it, if you think about these multi-millionaires in cabinet, 29 in a cabinet, 23 of them personal millionaires that attack the poor every single day of the week, attack those in benefits, attack the disabled, attack lone parents, attack anybody that they think they can make scapegoats for their problems, for the causes of poverty and unemployment and social division that they have caused. You think about this. See if we were a drain on the United Kingdom, do you think they'd want to keep us? The reason they want to keep us is A, because they need our money, and B, because they want us to keep their nuclear weapons. Brothers and sisters, I personally, as an internationalist, as a socialist, I personally don't want nuclear weapons to go to England. I want nuclear weapons to be decommissioned completely. That's what I want. But in the interim period of the next few years that it may take to decommission those weapons, I want them out of Scotland. And if they're looking for somewhere to store them pending decommissioning, let's get them down to the Houses of Parliament and the River Thames. Brothers and sisters, think about this for a moment. There are some of us here who are more mature than others. Some of us here with receding hairlines. The truth is, for the first time actually, it's a real tan. I don't know what hot sunbeds would do if I stopped using them. I think they'd go into liquidation. Brothers and sisters, the reason I ask you to think about that is because we know in our hearts that the real winners from independence won't be the 50 pluses. It'll be the 8-year-olds and the 9-year-olds and the 10-year-olds. It'll be young kids like this young lady down the front here. They are going to be the inheritors of a new Scotland, brothers and sisters. And let's paraphrase that great man who made a great speech in relation to trying to conquer rights for the blacks of America. I hope that we in our hearts can build a Scotland, brothers and sisters, that by the time that this young girl here reaches my age, we will have children in Scotland who will say, Daddy, what was nuclear weapons? They'll say, Daddy, what was racism? And you know, perhaps most importantly of all, because it's the mother of so many of our problems, I hope we're going to have children in a future independent Scotland who are going to say, Daddy, what was poverty? Remember the words of the immortal Nelson Mandela, brothers and sisters. Poverty is man-made. Poverty can be unmade. He also said, brothers and sisters, may your life's choices be guided by hope, not by fear. Brothers and sisters, my final words to you are this. To use the song of Labby Sifri to keep us going in this last 6 weeks. It's neck and neck. We can win this. brothers and sisters, when they insist we're just not good enough, when we know better, just look them in the eyes and say, we're gonna do it anyway. Thanks very much.
Put your hands together for Gabriel Sheridan.
Oh, the summertime has come, and the trees are sweetly blooming. To pour wild mountain thyme goes around with purple heaven. Will you go, lassie, go? And we'll all go together to pour wild mountain thyme goes around the purple heaven. Will you go, lassie, go? If my true love won't have me, I will surely find another to pour wild mountain thyme goes around the purple heather. Will you go, lassie, go?
Well, ladies and gents, we have an update on the numbers. There was 100 and maybe even 200 on Independence Live. The new number is 1,207. Can you hear it, BBC? 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 We know. Good luck, good night, and vote on the 18th. We will be free. And some of you might think this is kind of crawling, but we want to thank the police for all they've done. We want to thank them for everything they've done. And this lady here, and where's Jordy? Where's Jordy?
We'll see you in August.
Do you want to do it again in August? Do you want to bring Mayor?
Twice as many.
Well, make sure you do, because we're coming back. You want to say something?
I just want to say thank you. We got through it. We're going to get bigger. Community begins here.
Right here. Alba, Blahh.
Specific position in favor of independence, but I don't know anyone inside Stop the War who hasn't been out chopping the doors, handing out leaflets, doing stalls, and fighting for an independent Scotland. The reason for that is that we're sick and tired to the back teeth of the warmongers at Westminster, who, as Tommy said earlier, always have a blank check for war, but can never look after the people in our own country. We're sick and tired of military aid and bombs being sent around the world, allegedly in our name. That is not in our name. The current situation in Palestine and for the people of Gaza is the most recent and most egregious example of the British government and the BBC's complicit in war crimes and the murder of innocent civilians. While the BBC refuses to cover the independence campaign, the inspirational campaign of grassroots individuals building in their local communities, building a better future for an independent Scotland, they also refuse to show the war crimes that Britain and America support in Palestine. As of yesterday afternoon, more than 1,000 Palestinians have been murdered in Gaza. It's an absolute shame that when the BBC talks about the situation, they talk about the number of Israeli soldiers which have been killed, but don't even mention the fact that they are the aggressor and the occupier of Palestine. I don't know if people realize this, but the Gaza Strip is the same landmass area as North and South Uist combined. But in Gaza, there are 1.8 million people living there. That's 600 times as many people as live in North and South Uist. And when the Israeli army says that they have warned people to leave their houses before they start to bomb, as the fourth largest and most powerful military in the world, it's a load of rubbish because there's nowhere for them to go. And when they take refuge in UN schools and hospitals, the Israeli occupation force army continues to bomb those hospitals and schools anyway, killing the children who are hiding inside. This is a situation that the BBC refuses to show, refuses to give an account of the situation inside Gaza. Because why? Because they back the Tory party in Westminster every step of the way. The reason the BBC refuses to cover the independence campaign is the same reason they refuse to cover the truth about what's happening and the murder of Palestinian men, women, and children. We can do better than Westminster. We can establish an independent Scotland where we make friends instead of enemies, where we don't need military force, where we send hospital ships instead of warships. And I want to see independence on the 19th of September. One of the first things that we can do to break the poison special relationship with America that Tony Blair and George Bush forged in the fires of lies and the hell that they brought on the heads of Iraqi civilians was if we establish on the 19th of September a division between us and America, we are going to set a path towards peace and leadership in the world for non-nuclear powers who make friends. You make more friends with bread than you do bombs. And if we, to just start with one policy is to get rid of trident nuclear weapons. The second policy is that Scotland can be the first country in the world, just like we were the first city in the world to recognize Nelson Mandela and freedom for South Africa from apartheid. Glasgow and Scotland can be the first country in the world to establish a Palestinian embassy and recognize our brothers and sisters who are not recognized by any other country in the world. Freedom for Palestine, freedom for Scotland, vote yes, let us get this country moving in the right direction for peace, freedom and a nuclear-free future. Thank you very much.
Anymore. Report me Scotland, what a bore. Scotland 2014 makes me snore. Oh, we won't take the bias anymore. And Shaun's written a couple of extra verses, so I'll be ready to sing them. Here's another one. Well, as some who pays their license fee down by the River Clyde, down by the River Clyde, down by the River Clyde. Well, as some who pays the license fee down by the River Clyde. Oh, we won't pay for bullshit anymore. We won't pay for bias anymore. Oh, we won't pay for bias. Scotland, what a bore. Scotland 2014 makes me snore. Oh, we won't pay for bias anymore.
Well, I'm not licensed fee to pay for.
Lift your numbers.
Pay for the CBI.
Pay for the CBI.
Well, I'm not paying off their license fee to pay for the CBI to carry out their Tory control.
We won't pay for bias anymore. Oh, we won't pay for bias anymore. Oh, we won't pay for bias anymore. Reporting Scotland, what a bore. Scotland 2014 makes me snore. Oh, we won't pay for bias anymore. Keep these numbers up. I want to get a 4. Shaun still singing.
Yay! Well, united as a family, standing side by side, standing here side by side, standing here side by side. We're all united as a family. We're standing here side by side. It's a protest that the beep just can't ignore.
Anymore. Oh, we won't pay for bias anymore. Oh, we won't pay for bias anymore. Oh, reporting Scotland, what a bore. Scotland 2014 makes me snore. Oh, we won't pay for bullshit, and we won't pay for bias, and we won't pay a license anymore. Another one for you. I'm sorry to do a neat commercial plug, but about a new album out this week. You can get it on YouTube, or not on YouTube, on iTunes, or you can even buy it for me here today for the cool price of £5.
Another wee announcement, ladies and gents. We have buckets going round. It's Mark Coburn, Rome to Home cyclist. He's collecting for Coatbridge Food Bank. Please dig deep.
Right, here's one that's from the album. They're all independent tracks. Every single one of them's written about the campaign, for the campaign. And this one is my favourite one off it. And hopefully you'll get it. It's called Freedom. It's coming round. They're gonna lie. They're gonna want us. They're gonna crank it up a gear. They're gonna scream a whole lot louder. The final phase of Project Fear. You're going down. You've no the money. You'll lose the job. You're home the pound. But through the noise, I still am hearing the sound of freedom coming round. Oh, in the Highlands and in the Lowlands, in Island Village, a town and schema, we have the folks, that's you, who have the talent. Explain what independence means. Oh, our own country, the chance to change it. Oh, social justice, the change profound. And on the streets and in the doorsteps, the sound of freedom coming round. In life there ain't no guarantees, but it helps when you are free. Have the power and a voice, but we've gotta make that choice. Be ruled by far up London, or govern our own land. Are we gonna meet the challenge? Are we gonna make a stand? They're gonna lie, they're gonna warn us, they're gonna crank it up a gear. But we are looking out to the future. Oh, and we won't be ruled by fear. Oh, there's blue sky on our horizon, and I can hear a growing sound. Oh, it's the voice of Scotland's people are saying freedom's coming round. Let's hear it! Let's hear the voice of Scotland's people singing freedom's coming around. If you want that, it's on the CD. There's plenty more. I don't know if we've time for a quick burst if we heard about it on the BBC that you can all sing. I don't think we'll get time, baby. I'll hold you back to Pat then. It's all yours. Thank you very much.
Right, ladies and gents, we are running quickly at a time. We're looking for the black triangle. No, we've got Yewchoob. Yewchoob, you ready? You queued up? Sorry.
Long intro. I need to clap play a bit. Have you got any sheets?
When we grew up, we looked to you for entertainment, facts and news, and it was worth the license fee so we could have the BBC. You gave us all the best TV, announcement voice, and truth party. You made us laugh, you made us cry. We never thought that you would lie. Now you become Westminster's voice. We made for you, we got no choice. You just don't know, you just don't care. You show you have to pass, and now you're waiting all the time. BBC. This is for your day now. All we hear is BBC Blahh, BBC Pocket, red propaganda, Westminster ha-ha, BBC what's new. No one here but you.
But not rehearsed.
This is why I didn't get to sing in the original. But I'm the arse, I don't care.
We listen to your radio news, watch documentaries on too, and now you get my London pop and jerk the Scotland with a map. There was a time you showed your work, your broadcast lighting round the end. But things have gone, your process thing, until London government. You had your time, you had your power, and now you've let it all come down.
BBC.
Let's hear ya. All we hear is BBC Blahh, biased reporting, red propaganda. All we hear is BBC Blahh, Great British Studios, Clarkson and Charmer. All we hear is BBC Blahh, Westminster ha-ha, BBC what's new. That's what's new. No one cares but you. BBC Blahh.
There's a big chorus bit coming up, so get ready.
And he never felt me.
You're the comedy guy in this one.
Let's see your hands in the air.
BBC Blahh.
BBC Blahh.
BBC Blahh.
BBC Blahh.
BBC Blahh.
BBC Blahh.
Get your numbers up. BBC Blahh. BBC Blahh. BBC Blahh.
it. A strange of you, so. Well done, my man.